We really out here in the Call of Duty glitch space, continuing to innovate, doing things that nobody else seems to want to do on their own. It is the same room once again, but we've got a new method. This gets over 200 kills per minute, over 150,000 XP per hour. The amount of medals you get when you use the ability on the Raven Sword is frankly disgusting. I don't think we're going to find a better method than this. I'm going to cover everything you need to do to get yourself into this spot. It's fairly easy, but a little meticulous. Just click through the chapters to find what you need to find. Both the spot you need to stand in and the spot you need to be aiming in are pretty precise for this. You need to be throwing your ability in such a way that the left side of the portal is kind of edging into the window directly in front of you. You also need to stand in such a spot that the zombies on the back window, when they're coming out, they aren't walking around the pedestal to the right. They're only coming through from the left side. This guarantees that no zombies are ever going to end up behind you. From the zombies menu, go in and duplicate your melee weapon. You can only make a duplicate of it if you have a camo applied, so apply a camo and duplicate it. Go to your multiplayer loadout. You're then going to want to delete the duplicate melee that you just created. After you've deleted the duplicate melee, find any weapon you have with no attachments applied. You can create a new build and duplicate it right here and now. When you go back to your zombies loadout, you'll see 2 guns. Once you're in game and you've got the Pack-a-Punch unlocked, this is when you can start getting the things that you need to get into this glitch. I recommend getting the Raven Sword first. You gotta get the piece in the library and then put the artifact on the wall and then do the puzzle thing. I'm not putting a tutorial to this just because there's so many tutorials out there on how to do this and it's kind of obnoxious. Sorry if you don't know how to get the Raven Sword and you gotta click off and go watch a different video. Once you've done that though, feel free to come back and continue the video from this point. Hehe. After we've got our Raven Sword upgrade, the next thing we're doing is getting into the line room. Get in the room. Once you're in here for the first time, all you need to do is just put the sword down. If you have a gun that you want to keep, make sure you pick it up. We're just waiting out the timer on this one until we get kicked. Once we get kicked from the room, we just need to end the round and then save and quit. Alright, here we go. Before you load back in a game, make sure you have reactive armor on Juggernog, Espresso on Melee Macchiato, Supercharged on your Speed Cola. Make sure you have both Citrus Focus and Chill Berry on Elemental Pop. Make sure you go over to Shadow Rift and put on Explosive Rain and Targeted. And then lastly, on your Frenzied Guard, Retribution and Extension. Once you load back in the game, you can run right over to the line room, immediately get right back in. There is a second part to the setup to do here, so you're not locking yourself into the glitch yet. Once you've entered, it's going to look like you haven't been down here before. That's just like normal. You're going to want to go up and interact twice with this thing. So you interact, hit the parry button because you're still going to have a sword, and then keep hitting the interact button. You'll see here a second sword goes down after the gold sword is already sitting there glowing. From this point, a bunch of symbols spawn. You can either wait until you get kicked out or just turn around and leave the room on your own. Doesn't matter. And now for the most painstaking part of the process. I don't recommend ending the round that you just left the room on. Keep a crawler or keep one parasite. You're going to have to juggle your Raven Sword and your Lion Sword all the way back to the room. Once you got your sword down here, you can go ahead and kill that last parasite. Make sure you keep juggling your swords though, or they will end up despawning. In a few seconds, this door will be able to be re-entered. We need to make sure we're holding the Lion Sword or we won't be able to enter. But as soon as we hit the door, we turn around and pick up the Raven Sword. And now we're in. And there's a bunch of symbols flying around, just like we'd expect. We're locked into the glitch at this point, so once you start shooting the symbols, everything's going to get crazy. I don't really have a recommendation for how many symbols to shoot. Really just keep doing it until zombies are flowing endlessly. And then you've done it. Thanks for watching, guys.